The Netflix series Mo centers on a man named Mo Najjar who has a lot going on in his life. Although his family moved to Houston more than 20 years ago, they are still attempting to obtain citizenship. As a result, Mo has difficulties finding jobs that don't require his citizenship documents. He turns to a side business because he can't get a legitimate employment, but this only makes his difficulties worse. The show focuses on Mo's religious and cultural heritage as this cycle of issues continues, leading to some humorous circumstances and crucial concerns for the audience. Mo is left in a scenario in the last episode that toes the line between being extremely humorous and extremely risky. Particularly the cliffhanger leaves the audience wondering what Mo will experience next. How, if at all, will he escape that challenging circumstance? After an ICE raid makes his supervisor hesitant to retain a worker without citizenship, Mo is fired from his job. Mo doesn't inform his mother that he no longer has a job while he searches for alternatives. He already has to deal with the issue of having a Christian Mexican girlfriend, so he doesn't want to stir up more trouble at home. He proceeds to sell knockoffs of well-known products, but this eventually gets him into difficulties with a gang and complicates his personal life. Mo develops a cotton addiction after being shot at a store. As he continues to miss his father, this brings up the guilt of not being able to provide better for his family. He chooses to locate someone more qualified to handle that task because his lawyer appears to be making little progress on their citizenship appeal in the meanwhile. In between, his family's background is revealed through flashbacks, revealing the predicament they escaped from and what ultimately caused his sister to become estranged from their family. Mo is devastated to have to start the citizenship application process over after coming so close to receiving it. It appeared for a brief time that winning over the judge who knew their father would finally put an end to their situation. However, the judge declines to hear their case owing to a conflict of interest, thus the Najjar's journey is still arduous and taxing. Even so, his mother and brother don't give up and begin developing a commercial strategy to market his mother's olive oil. Mo makes the seemingly hard decision to reach an agreement with his boss for the olives. Previously, someone had been stealing the olive trees and Mo was hired to install trackers on the trees to find that person. Mo decides to find the thief and bring the trees back while his employer gives up. His mother would get to press her oil on the farm in exchange. Mo, with Nick's assistance, follows the position of the trees, motivated by the chance he might be able to secure for his family's business. However, things take a terrible turn when Mo and Nick become stuck inside the tree-filled truck and end themselves in Mexico. Mo seemed to have removed himself. Going back to his country of origin is more difficult for Mo than it is for Nick because he is not an American citizen and does not yet have a passport. Mo connects with the coyotes who can transport him across the border without having to buy his way through after spotting a familiar face among the thieves who took the trees. The destruction of the tunnel that Mo was scheduled to pass through, however, makes the situation even more dire. The way events play out makes the coyotes believe that Mo was involved in the scheme to blow up the tunnel together with a rival gang. Mo is being pursued by coyotes in the final scene. Mo had never had it easy, and even when things were going well, he always managed to muck them up in some manner. When he ends up in Mexico, his string of bad luck comes to a head. Nick was with him, but the last he saw of him, Nick was contently returning home. He believed he could get aid, but now his assailants are after him. How is Mo going to make it through this? Mo has a propensity for getting himself into sticky situations, but he also has a knack for pulling himself out of them, and in Mexico, the same may be expected of him. He is on the phone with Maria when the coyotes discover him, and he instructs her to notify her cousins. She's from Mexico, so perhaps her family or friends there will help Mo when we next see him. If he can outrun the coyotes, that is. Maria's connections might enable him to remain alive in Mexico, but the issue of returning home will still remain. Whatever Mo needs to do to return to America will just make his troubles worse because there is no legal method to do it. He has already dealt with gangs and cartels on a number of occasions. But it doesn't look like he's done with it yet. If anything, he might just get more involved with them now, albeit unwillingly. However, it doesn't appear that he is through with it yet. Even so, he might unintentionally become more entangled with them now.